This is going to be a quick video on the installation of WeatherTech lamp guard film protection for headlights. I've never done this before, and this is the first time that I've come across this company. We're going to see how their product works on my car and how easy it is to do. I'll be installing this kit on a 2018 Volkswagen Golf R. I'll be using a mixture of 1 part isopropyl alcohol to 3 parts water. That's in the left container. And in the right container, I'm using 1 part children's soap to 3 parts water. I have a blow dryer just to keep things warm because I'm in my garage. It's kind of cool down here. I have some microfibers, clean of course, and some gloves just to minimize the possibility of fingerprints on the final install. So I've already washed my car and allowed it to dry. I do want to clean off any wax and impurities that have accumulated on the lens of the headlight. So I'm going to use my 1 to 3 isopropyl alcohol to water ratio mix and just give it a good spray. And I'm using a clean microfiber cloth to wipe all that off. And I can already see, even though this car is 1 month old, I can see stone chips and little pop marks that have accumulated in that 1 month of driving my car in the winter on the Ontario roads in Canada. We do use salt when it snows, and those salt chunks can fly up from other cars and come up and hit your car. If you're in the warmer countries or warmer states in the US, you don't have to worry about that. Just those random rocks on the road, but we are not that lucky here in Canada, and we have to deal with salt and the chips that they cause. So that's one of the major reasons why I wanted to get a lamp guard protection kit for my headlights so I can keep them looking clear as long as possible. Okay, so once your headlight is cleaned, you're just going to want to take the WeatherTech pre-formed and pre-cut headlight protection film and mock it up to make sure that you didn't get a wrong shipment for a different car, which happened to my buddy from the same company. However, they were really good and promptly told him to return what he got and they'll send him out the right. I was lucky enough to get the right cut from the get-go. This looks like it is correct. And also what I like about it, I don't know if you can see, but on the film itself, you can see the pre-cut out for the headlights. So once I peel this off, it should be a pretty tight fit for sizing and should be mostly undetectable by the casual onlooker to see that you have any protection film on there at all. So I like that. So we will see how easy it is to install. Okay, so once I've mocked up the fitting of the headlight shield, I'm going to take my mixture of children's soap, like body wash, and water. It's a 1 to 3 mix, so 1 part soap and 3 parts water. And I'm just going to start to spray it. The whole point being, this allows the adhesive to move around so you can adjust the fitment of the adhesive before you lock it in. One thing I did forget to mention is the squeegee that comes with the kit, and this will be used obviously to get the film to stick to the headlight properly. Oh, it smells so good. My car smells clean. How about that? Okay. So we're just going to take off the film from its package, and it's nicely cut or pre-cut from the factory, which makes things easy to work with. And we're just going to mock it up here for a second. Looks pretty good. And you can adjust how it sits on the headlight prior to getting everything to stick. So once you are happy with the way things are looking, with a slightly rounded headlight, I'm going to start from the middle and work my way out, pushing out the air bubbles that are inevitably going to accumulate in the film itself. Apparently you have to be pretty firm with how you apply the pressure to it, and just to make sure that there's nothing left on the inside. You don't want those bubbles to show, or you don't want bubbles, period. Alright, they make it look so easy on their install videos. Again, we're going to see just how easy it is. So, okay, so I've been working at this for a few minutes now, trying to get these edges done properly. I'm not 100% happy with how it's shaping up just yet, so I'm going to try and peel it off and apply a little bit more soap to the area and come back at it again so that I can further adjust how it's sitting on there. And I don't think that you can put too much of this soap and water solution on. I think once you squeegee it out, everything is good. I also have, which I forgot to mention, or I might have, you get a squeegee. So for this stage, I'm actually covering it in microfiber and doing my best to get things to stick down. What I also am going to do is use a hair dryer to heat plastic so that it can become a little bit more pliable and less difficult to work with. I am happy with the cut. The cut seems to fit the headlights perfectly. What I'm having difficulty doing, and it could be the solution that I'm using, I'm not sure. Again, I've never done this before, so I'm not necessarily blaming the company. It could be user error 100%. But I'm having a difficult time getting these edges right up here to stay down. It seems that the air pockets want to come back up. Also, one thing that's concerning me is using the squeegee without a microfiber was leaving scratches on the plastic itself, on the film. So I'm using this microfiber to try and minimize that. I don't know if there's an external film that I can then take off once this is installed. I highly doubt it. So, I mean, there might be some slight marks on the film itself just from the squeegee trying to apply itself. So I'm going to try a little bit of heat from my blow dryer. Make sure it's nice and warm. Just to apply a little bit of heat here. Back to the process of flattening this out, and that heat actually looks to have helped a bit. Might have to do that simultaneously, applying the heat and the squeegee to get these air pockets out. Okay, so a couple of things. Yes, this is my first time applying protective film, so I might have done it wrong, but a couple of things that stick out right away is I wish that the film itself was double-sided protected, in that you peel off the side that protects the adhesive side, which makes sense, and you then apply that to your headlights. But I've noticed that even in using the squeegee that is provided with the kit, when you do squeegee out the water with the soap and water mixture that they recommend, you're left with scratch marks on the protective film itself, which is not cool. It defeats the purpose of keeping your headlights looking clear and clean. So what I've been doing is using a microfiber cloth covering the squeegee, which I believe that they recommended to do as well. However, it still leaves scratch marks. So if you notice, when my headlights are turned on, you can see, look at that. That is not acceptable to me. So what I would wish that they did was apply another side that I could then, once installed, I could peel off the outside, leaving an untouched clear film. I'm not sure how I'm going to deal with this. I don't know if I'm going to leave it on or take it off. I don't know yet. So we are going to try round 2 on the second headlight of installing the WeatherTech headlight lens protection kit. Again, starting with the lens cleaning with the isopropyl alcohol and water mix. Again, that's 1 part alcohol to 3 parts water. And seems to do a decent job of getting the impurities off of the lens and any wax that you might have had on your car, just to make sure that it's ready for the adhesive. Using a microfiber cloth to clean that off again. I already have stone chip, which is heartbreaking to me, but the film that we apply hopefully will protect it from getting more. WeatherTech suggests that you heat the lens to something warmer than, I'm assuming, ambient temperature. So I'm just going to use my blow dryer to do that. Again, I'm doing this in February in Canada, Southern Ontario, I'm in a garage, but it is by no means warm here. So heating it, I think, will just make the adhesive and film a little bit more pliable and easier to work with once it's on the lens of your headlight. I'm also going to heat up the adhesive itself before I spray it with the soap and water solution. Just going to heat the adhesive and film protectant. So I'm just going to spray my hands with some of the soap solution, just so it minimizes the possibility of me leaving marks on the lens and the adhesive itself. Seems that WeatherTech does a pretty good job of cutting out their mold, their template for your headlights once you give them your specific vehicle. This does seem to be a perfect match. Again, my one complaint is that I wish they had another side of protective film on the installation side, whereby when I was done installing it, I could then peel off the side that my squeegee was creating marks on as I just used it as you're supposed to. So it does take some time to get the plastic of the film and the plastic of your lens to jive together so that they become bonded nicely. Just have to have a little bit of patience. And also, again, with this current installation method, again, I could be doing this all wrong because this is my first attempt at it. Second headlight, first attempt at a full installation. I do notice that it does leave some scrape marks on the protective cover itself. Again, I wish that I'll pay a little bit more for it even, but if you were to WeatherTech ship this product with two sides of protective film, one to protect the adhesive side and then one to protect the side that faces out and that you use for installation, you could then peel that off and then be left with an unscratched surface. I would greatly appreciate that, but even if WeatherTech did check this, I don't know if they would the production just for this one little Canadian dude. So I just finished installing the second lens protector on my second headlight, and just wiping it down. Now I gotta say, this was my first time, so I've never done it before. I do like the fit of it. I think that they did a great job of cutting it. I think that the adhesive will last. We'll have to see how that works a few months down the road. Things I don't like about this kit is that I wish that there was a second protective covering that I could peel off once I finished installing the kit, because I do see scratch marks from the squeegee that they provided. Even though I used a microfiber, I both used microfiber and no microfiber, found that both of them still do leave scratch marks. Maybe I'm doing this completely wrong. You guys can leave a comment if you want, but that's it installed. Now I will leave it installed for the rest of the winter months, because at least it will protect my headlights. I do want to buy another set. I don't know if it will be from WeatherTech or another company, but I do want to buy another set and install it correctly so that I don't see any scratch marks, and it still will protect from stone chips and hazing. So that's my first attempt at installing headlight protector film on my 2018 Volkswagen Golf R. As you can see, there are some markings. I tried my best to minimize that, but those markings obviously will come off when I do take that protective coating off. The lens will be perfect underneath. I could have installed it wrong, or perhaps there can be a slight change in manufacturing to make it a little bit user-friendly, a little bit more user-friendly for installation. But for now, it's going to protect my lens, and that's how it is. Please leave a like if you like. Alright, here is the finished product of the WeatherTech headlight protection film on my 2018 Volkswagen Golf R. I can let you know how it holds up in a few weeks of Ontario winter on the 401 and 407, and we'll see how it holds up. At least I got a little bit of protection. Cheers.